Hello. So yesterday I put up a story on Instagram that I'm going to be asking a few questions, and then there were a couple of stories in which I took polls about whether you have used actives like vitamin C, niacinamide, retinols and exfoliants, chemical exfoliants in your skincare, and whether they worked for you, did not work for you. So many of you responded. For some of you it worked, for some of you it did not. And honestly, my intent behind asking these questions was very simple. Since many of you DM'd me that why did I ask and did I have any opinion on these? So precisely the reason was I wanted to know whether you have used those actives, those particular compounds, those particular serums or products because you were aware slash recommended slash prescribed, or you took a decision upon yourself, or based on some influencer. So there's a lot of thing, like a lot of discussion that can be done about this, and I have very strong yet personalized. So please don't think of it as a general statement that should hold true in every situation, but this is very personal, based more upon how I think rather than my own experience. Of course, I have tried a few products and a few serums, but here's a general overview that I want to give. So I am a research scholar. I work in the field of oxidative stress, so I am kind of aware how oxidants and antioxidants function. So for example, let's say you apply vitamin C. Now vitamin C properties that everyone is raving about is that it is a great and very potent antioxidant, and hence it protects your skin from oxidative damage, from free radicals, which is true, absolutely true. That is the property of vitamin C. But if I was to tell you, and this is not about vitamin C, but if I was to tell you that there are some other supplements of some other known, I won't take any names here because I don't want my opinion to impact your decision making. I just want you to know there's a way to think about things and why there is a need to think about things in more logical, more scientific way. So there is a very potent antioxidant, okay? On Amazon, you'll find tablets and creams and whatnot of that particular antioxidant. Now, that particular antioxidant functions as an antioxidant in certain circumstances, but in others, it is known to kill your cells. So when you're eating in, just because you saw someone talk about it on Instagram or YouTube, first of all, know that science is constantly evolving. Research especially is constantly evolving. What we saw in our own lab few years ago may not be the same result that we will see in, let's say if I was to do an experiment today, I may or may not see what was already seen a few years ago. So science is constantly evolving. Most of it depends on the context we are talking about. Compound X can work beautifully on X kind of cells, but it can destroy Y type of cells. So first of all, when you're taking a particular, or when you're using a particular active compound, are you aware of your own situation? Have you been checked by a doctor? Has your history been taken? Most of the times, no, because somehow this cosmetic industry has somehow taken over Instagram in a sweep. So every single day there is a new product launching, and this is where I want to bring in a very important factor that I won't go into the details. If you ask me in the comments or if you let me know you're interested, I will talk about it. But this particular industry of cosmetics is very ill regulated. Like, I won't be exaggerating if I told you that if I have a compound today here, just with very few basic tests, and skipping all other important tests or many important things that can affect other aspects of the body, I can launch a product right away. I mean, you yourself would have noticed the number of skincare brands that you see now are immense. Like, somehow there has been a boom, and you think it is so how, like, yeah, I don't know how to go about it, but I can talk about the details in some other video if you want. But it is very, very, very easy, and it's a very ill-regulated market to launch a product. I know firsthand how easy it is to launch products in the market, and especially skincare products, because if I have compound X in my in the cream that I'm claiming or in the serum that I'm claiming, I'll get that tested, and that's it. I need not get approval of lots of other things to launch that in the market. But that's not how science works, right? Science is constantly evolving. So when we start with, let's say, if I have to start with a particular compound or a particular phenomenon, if I have to start my research on it, so in academics and research, we do something known as review. So in review, what we do is, about that particular compound, we study all aspects of it on normal cells, cancer cells, different types of body cells, then in different kind of environments, in different kind of pH, say. So we sit down with hundreds and hundreds of research papers for at least last 10 years about a particular compound, and only then do we start or we make a decision whether it is worth taking up or whether we want to work on it or not. So that's how monitored it is, even when it comes to research. So if you were to ask me in short, what do you mean? So should I not go ahead with using all these compounds? Well, first of all, get yourself tested if you really need those compounds. So for example, if you have to talk about my body, my skin is not flawless. It has pimples here, it has pimples here, and marks, but I'm okay. First of all, because I know I have trained my mind and my body in a way that I know how my skin responds to food or hormonal balance. So if some of you told me yesterday that vitamin C worked for you or niacinamide worked for you, I know my diet works for me. If I know I have screwed up with my diet, it will show on my skin. So just how you train your skin according to the products, maybe I have trained my skin according to the food or the lifestyle I have used. So if you see results with products, you will definitely see results with diet and lifestyle. So we choose our own good. If you choose products, great. I am okay with a few pimples here and there, knowing that I'm not putting anything and everything on my skin. It's okay if I change my diet. Instead of 5 pimples, I'll have 2, and it's fine, like human skin. But yeah, so that's me. I'm not telling you that I've never used those products. Initially, I was also in a frenzy and I did try a few products. I'm not going to do that ever again in my life. But that's a different story for a different time. I would personally let my food, my lifestyle take care of my skin more as compared to the products. But having said that, like I said, if we have to research on a particular compound, we start with at least a 10-year review. So in my opinion, if I have to use products, because I do use like basic stuff, face wash, moisturizer, sunscreens, etc., I would not use product from a company or a brand that is not at least 10-year-old. That is a kind of time I would take into consideration. Not like I would not use anything that has launched just now. Okay, I would definitely, so I go with very drugstore products, drugstore brands, and very old brands which I know have been around, and so you get the drill what I am saying. The point is, if you really feel you have a concern, see, your skin reflects your internal health. If your digestive system is fine, if your endocrine system, that means your hormones, various hormones, this is not just for women. So for example, your insulin, your thyroid, and of course your estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, cortisol. If these are fine or are in perfect sync, that will show on your skin and also your digestive system. So firstly, work on your diet. If you're willing to see effects from compounds and actives, then you should also be willing to see results from your lifestyle and diet. A. B. If you see something very serious on your skin, please visit a dermatologist. At least there will be a credibility that if a particular product goes wrong, they have experience, they have studied, they know how to combat it. But if you, I can't tell you the number of times people have gone wrong with a good thing. I have seen people's skin getting sensitive, getting red patches because of vitamin C. So, you know, vitamin C can be good, but it cannot be good for everyone because of the skin type, because of the kind of light sensitivity they have. Now, if you're an expert, well and good. If you can do all that research by yourself, well and good. But most of us are incapable. Most of us do not have that expertise. So if at all you want to use products, I would really say go to a dermatologist and see what they recommend and trust that. And then if anything goes wrong, do that. But just as a thumb rule, remember, the good cannot be good for everyone. The bad cannot be bad for everyone. Your body is a very, very, very subjective temple. It's really to each his own, and your skin especially is a reflection of a lots of things going inside you. Please do not just go about using products just because an influencer said. Your influencer has not even probably studied science, or many a times I find they cannot even pronounce the names of certain actives properly. And you really, so in the era of lots of paid partnerships, in the era where every post, every story gets them money, they are bound to say good things, and those things would show results. It's just that you don't know what else they are doing in the body. You don't know how even a good thing is affecting your body. You know that even excess of water can harm your body, right? So then how would you know that this certain compound in certain percentage, whether it is going to work for you or not? So please make informed decisions. Know why you're using a particular product, because an influencer said it or because you really need it. And yeah, and please, like I did not mean this as a rant video, but rather a conversation starter. So please let me know what you think of this concept and what else would you like me to take up, so that we can have conversations and we can have discussions like this, because I really enjoy just sitting down and talking about stuff that makes sense to me. But this is my personal opinion on this aspect, and I would love to know what you all think about it. And maybe if you could comment on what else do you want me to talk about, then I would love to, because science being abused like this is something that really, really bothers me. This is not to pinpoint anything or anyone. I've not taken any names, I've not named any products or brands, but this is just how I think about skincare industry in general. So please let me know. All right, thank you guys, bye bye.